Viewers, okay. Okay, siehst du uns schon?
Yeah.
All right then, we seem to be live.
Hi.
Welcome to the Q&A session first.
Yes, let us introduce ourselves. So I'm Benjamin Bilski, one of the founders and executive director at NAGA Group. And
I'm Dario Evers. I'm the head of support for the NAGA token sale project. And we'll be guiding you to our first Q&A session today. So please feel free to just pop up any questions and we will be happy to answer them.
yes, and while waiting on the questions, I think most importantly, once again, in less than 3 days, our token sale starts. So it's our pre-sale starts. And discount, right, or bonus. It will start on Sunday night at 12 on to Monday. So be quick. There's lots of demand. So lots of people writing. You see Telegram will reach 1,000 people today. We're very proud. I have never seen many token sales having 1K on Telegram after maybe 10 days. So yeah. And we hope obviously that you ask something. If not, then we will just chat.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe about our private life or so. But,
we will find something.
Yeah, we'll find something. So let's wait. If not,
I'm already seeing we got like 40 viewers right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. So Dario, what is the most special thing about our token sale? What would you say?
Well, I would definitely say that NAGA itself is probably the biggest, like change between other cryptocurrencies itself, because we are a secure platform already up and live and running. And we got a few questions which I've prepared, which were asked a lot in the community. I think those are probably pretty good to know. So should we go through them before we get any questions here?
Yep.
Perfect.
That's cool.
Okay. So I think one of the most frequently asked questions is probably if we will be, or on what blockchains will we be listed. So
you mean on stock exchanges? Yeah. Also the crypto exchanges.
On which blockchain actually?
No, so what we have, guys, is we have an ERC20 token, right? So it's an Ethereum-based token. So it's common in lots of token sales, and this token can be listed in various crypto exchanges. And so it's the Ethereum blockchain that we're running on. And so it's decentralized as a unit of account. As we said in the beginning, also you can use it in Swipe tags, which is our virtual good exchange. Plus you have Swipe stocks, which you can already trade. So we allow you funding with your cryptos, transforming them into NGC or NAGA coin. And then you can invest into Apple, you can invest into Tesla. So it's basically disrupting the entire industry that we have right now, because now we're merging through this blockchain-based token, the underbanked world, which, if you don't have a bank account or if you don't have your verification documents at hand, it's very, very tough to trade on exchange, right? To fund a specific amount, etc. With us, you can do it. So we will really give the power here to the people. That's what we said in the beginning. And that's why that question can be answered. Why we use the blockchain, what blockchain we use. Yeah, and alongside this, very important to mention one big advantage using this is security as well. So every transaction and the coin itself, everything that happens there is distributed on the ledgers, so you can trace what's happening there. So the blockchain itself has this advantage that we call it, it's trustless. So you don't have to even trust it, because it's just there, right? So the data gets indexed, so you don't have any, you don't have to even try to trust something. It's just real and it's indexed, and that's it. So that's a very, very big advantage of this whole thing. And so that's basically our plan, how we utilize this innovative technology. I mean, you can use it very, very in a very boring way. You know, there are lots of boring blockchain projects, but I think our ones has really a use case. And guys, you will have something up and running by next year. When we compare each other to other token sales, their roadmap goes into 2023, 22, whatever. So what they do actually is they try to give you an attractive pricing, right? So they give you a token for 1 cent and say in 10 years it will be worth something. And that gives us also basically the introduction to the next question is why our token price is $1? Exactly because of what I mentioned. So NAGA is up and running. We have a public listed company. That's very important to know, guys. So our company is already valued at 300 million euros at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. When you look at other startups, valuations or market capitalizations are made by other venture capitalists or investors. When you are on the stock market like us, you are real in value. So our value is realized 300 million at the moment. And we have a project with Swipe Stocks, which is live. We have an own brokerage. We have a team of more than 120 people. So you're investing in something that is already working and not something that might be working in the future if we overcome something. So we are licensed as well, regulated. So overcame all the barriers that a young company has to overcome. And yeah, that's why we said when we go out with our token cap has to be in the range of our market cap. So our token cap, if we place the 220 million in the main sale and pre-sale, is 220 million. So which is close to our valuation of the company. And also to mention is that our company has issued the share 4 months ago at €2.60, and it's now at like 14 euros. So, you know, the growth potential is there, and we think it can correlate basically with the token as well in the next months.
Yeah, definitely. And regarding the share price, which you just mentioned, like for 500% growth, I've received some questions from some people where they can actually see this. And it's actually pretty basic. You can just Google like NAGA share price. You will receive some charts, and you can see all information over there. And that's definitely true. So yeah. Yep.
And also one thing to mention, maybe an announcement that we had this morning. Maybe not everybody got it, but we have a new advisor. So we have Roger Ver, right, who's the Bitcoin Jesus, so one of the most important guys in the Bitcoin space, in Bitcoin Cash space, and with his COO from Bitcoin.com, Mate. But now also yesterday night, Miko Matsumura joined us from Pantera Capital, which is a $100 million crypto fund in Silicon Valley. So he's also now on our advisory board. There was a press release in the morning, but I mean, it's circulating around. So you see, we also have lots of recognition from people in the crypto space. So our board consists of now different people in specific regions, for example, of marketing or security or the blockchain advisors, or now also people who are advising us in fundraising and investing.
Yeah, definitely. And not just the advisor board is very, very skilled. I mean, the team itself is highly skilled people itself for like every department, for the security department, for example. Yeah.
Yep, and we develop everything in-house. It's very important. So whatever we build, also your wallet that you see already, which is on nagaico.com when you sign up, it's everything built by us. And this is also the start of the NAGA wallet for the future. You see there, when you go to nagaico.com, you can sign up, you verify your email, then you sign in. In the area itself, you can already see that you can fund with Litecoin Dash, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum, or with credit cards and bank transfer. That means that we have the crypto and the fiat world. People call it fiat, which is Euro and USD. It's old currencies, yeah. And so we combine already this world, and you can buy the NAGA coin there. And this is the start of the wallet, right? So you can imagine then afterwards, you can also check out our screenshots and our click dummy on nagaico.com on the wallet section. You will be able to fund each of the wallets. You can hold Dash, you can hold in the future Ripple or OMG tokens, whatever you want, whatever is traded. And then we have like an aggregator of tokens not only our ones, but also other ones, which we can convert in NGC, and then you can trade into stocks, right? So all the stuff is developed by us, and it's also important to mention that because Darius said our team is skilled. So this is everything that we have is kind of technology. We're very tech-minded. We have very good people on the marketing side and sales side, as well as on the management side. I think we're okay so far, and everything worked. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Have we received any questions, Fran?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Bruce Blackwell asked us why some countries unfortunately can't take part in the NAGA token sale and can't use the platform swipe stocks.
Yeah,
I think that's a pretty good question, and that's being asked very frequently in all our channels. And basically, a lot of countries have issued restrictions on their citizens. So that means that the country itself is kind of like prohibiting them to take part. The thing is, from our side, we can't really block them. So it means if you take part, it's on your own risk. But those countries unfortunately have put some kind of restrictions on their citizens in regards to token sales or ICOs.
Yeah, so baseline is as well as Clara mentioned that you can, of course, take part, but it's at your own responsibility. We just do what the regulators kind of want. We have to also live with it that even the blockchain is decentralized and trustless, and even though this kind of community booms, there needs to be some, some regulation is okay. So we just stick to it, but yep, it's at your own responsibility.
I think that also covers the question of Heather Wildcox. She asked, if you live in the USA, you can take part in the NAGA token sale. I guess that one is...
There are ways, obviously, but we will not state it and say do it. But that's what we just stick to the rules, and that's it.
But we have to.
So. Yeah, we have to, and what you do is, up to you.
So what's also asked in our Telegram channel a lot is which role the new advisor Roger Ver plays in the NAGA token sale project.
Okay, I can answer. I chatted sometimes with him also via Skype call. So Roger is advising us eventually like how we structure our complete token sale in general, like about our content, what we are kind of doing, what we should do, what he knows. He has a very broad network. Also, he recommended us to use Bitcoin Cash, which we have added as a deposit method because Bitcoin Cash has seen a surge in its price. I know there have been some critics around it because of his person, but guys, this is a market. He's just one person. He will not move the whole market. So come on. This is one thing that it's important to mention. But Roger is basically giving us knowledge from his kind of ecosystem, and it's impressive. I mean, there is a good reason why he's called the Bitcoin Jesus. So we are very happy, and also Roger is not taking part in many token sales. You can check that. It's very rare. So he chose a company like us because we are publicly listed already. So we have some fundament, right? And yeah, that's basically his role. And also to mention Mate, his co-founder and the COO from Bitcoin.com, the same way. So marketing, sales, and the project.
Yeah, again, a question related to where the NAGA token sale is marketed. Anthony Gilliam is asking, in what countries are you doing marketing for the NAGA token sale?
It's global, right? I mean, there's no real restriction. We're everywhere. I mean, obviously, we don't market in specific markets, which, for example, China is not marketed by us directly. Like we don't target that. USA as well. What people do around us, I don't know. Some banners pop up somewhere, but it's not from us. But mainly we do worldwide marketing because our community is global. I said in the beginning, we are really merging the old world with the new world. So also the underbanked world. So we're happy to welcome everyone from Europe or people joining us. I saw from Indonesia, Malaysia, wherever. So everyone welcome.
Cool. Another question from the live chat right next to the video is once the NAGA token main sale is over, how and when does the token distribution start? So when do users get their NAGA coins to their wallet?
Well, we are aiming at deploying them as soon as possible, so it shouldn't be take much long. I guess we can handle it very, very soon. But I think the official last date is the 7th of January, right?
Yep. So also from the technicalities behind it, you buy the tokens via credit card, via bank transfer your cryptos. We store it in your NAGA wallet until the main sale is over. And in the period from the main sale, like 15th of December to 22nd, something like in between, we will distribute the tokens to you. So we check everything. We double check everything because, has everybody entered the right output address, which is in your token balance tab. We just have to define an address where we have to send the tokens. And this is also being asked very often how this works. We recommend using MyEther wallet where you can generate your own address, right? It's like a very long address. Imagine it's like a bank account, okay? So like a bank account number. So just generate your virtual bank account number and then we send it there. You just save it in the token sale area in the token balance tab and tap on save. You get an email that it's being saved. And when you want to change it as well, you have to request the change because it's important where your money goes, right? Or where your NAGA coins go. And we will distribute it, as I said, within 7 days to this address. If, for example, something happens or you cannot make it in time to provide the address, don't worry because we will keep the tokens for you. They're yours. And you can at any time just provide your address and then the distribution happens not by the smart contract, but in parallel by us, because we kind of will hold them for you, right? So there's no hassle if you just don't do it in the very first last day. It doesn't mean that they got burned or something. You own them, right? So we make sure that we just want to make sure that you get the tokens at the right time and to the right address.
Yeah. And in regards to that, there was another question from some people, which was if they could wait for the NAGA wallet to be deployed and then just send the tokens there. That's obviously working as well.
Yep, it will work. So when you wait and then the wallet gets deployed, our tech team, they will work on the NAGA wallet right away, even during the main sale. We're working on it. So on the development stage, and we try to put out the wallet very, very soon. Because we had like a press release in July that we wanted to launch the wallet now in Q4, which we are kind of doing with the main sale and the pre-sale already. But the wallet will have much more features than we wanted now. So that's why we will deploy it like next year, but early, like in maybe 2 or 3 months, something like this. And then you have your tokens there. In the meantime, we will be listed on exchanges. So you can use your tokens and trade the tokens if you like, or just keep them. And then you can use them for trading in swipe stocks and in trading in swipe techs.
Cool. Some other questions are going around that ask for how can I get even more tokens? So lots of token sales are offering referral programs or bounty. Can you highlight that?
Yeah, sure. There are actually 2 major ways to get extra tokens. The first one would be the easiest one is the pre-sale bonus. So if you're purchasing NGC during our pre-sale phase, you will get 30% bonus on all the purchased NGC. That's the first and pretty basic. Will be automatically distributed by the system. And furthermore, there is a referral system where you can refer your friends, and you will get 5% of their purchased amount distributed into your wallet as well.
Exactly. And in general, a comment about the bounty programs. Bounty programs are sometimes being misused, and we saw it also in other token sales. So it's not good for our community. It's not good for the people holding it. Imagine, you're investing, you're buying those tokens with your own money, right? Or with your cryptos. There are people just, I don't know, they're running scripts, okay? And they scam you. And we don't want that. So, and then hold the tokens and then dump them on the market on exchanges. And then, it affects your token value. It affects the whole community. That's why we said it looks nice, if you give away tokens, you can say, oh, I have distributed more tokens, I'm bigger. That's not true. The real token holders have an interest to do something for it, and it's like a stock somehow. Yeah, it's a token which has a value. It does not pay you dividends, or it's not like a security or something, but it's tradable. It has a value, right? So it's very important to understand that the token holder community should have one goal, right? And I know it can be volatile, etc., but we just want to make sure that our token purchasers are, our friends at some stage, and not people who just go start a script and say, okay, let's post 500 Bitcoin talk threads, whatever, and just earn and earn and earn. And then once I get them, I just boom, dump them in the market, even if it's 1 cent, I don't care. So this is why we don't have lots of bounties. And referral program is tied to the condition that you have to bring a friend who funds, so who buys. So he's like really someone who co-invests with you.
Mm-hmm. Another question is, will the NGC be listed on exchanges, and when?
The NGC will definitely be listed for sure. Things we just can't guarantee any names or dates yet, but we really expect NGC to be listed on the major exchanges pretty soon after deployment.
Yep.
Definitely.
And this is also an advantage of we have a pretty high token volume. That's what people say, with a price of $1. Of course, if the community is powerful enough, and if the token has a specific market capitalization by listing, of course we will be listed on the very big guys. Yeah. So also they have an interest, right? As an exchange, you make business by volume. You don't want to list a token that has 1 million market cap. So that's also one thing that's, again, good for the community. If we raise a lot, and if we keep the price at a good level now, then we have much more exposure on exchanges.
Yeah, true.
Cool. Talking about the market cap, there's one question that's asking, are you not afraid that the market cap of 400 million is too big?
I think it's too low. I think really it's too low. No, if you have a company already with 300 million listed, realized, right? It's valued. I mean, their shares, people are buying. I don't know, what do you think we're too big?
Same way.
Yeah. So no, not at all.
There's some questions around the buying process. So Horse Racing Exchange from the live chat is asking, if I invest 100 Bitcoin in this token sale, will I have to fill out the KYC form, or is that only if I invest with fiat currency?
You will not have to fill out the KYC form. The KYC form is just for fiat purchases, but specifically for bank wire over 2,000 euro or credit card over 1,000 euro. So for cryptocurrencies, you're completely free to purchase without any KYC information.
Yes, exactly.
What happens to the coins that are not sold, if there are some that are not sold?
That's a mathematical approach. So we guarantee you that 55% of all sold tokens belong to the public, right? So at the moment, when we sell 220 million tokens with this 55%, right? The amount that we sell less, we call it, we burn them. So we don't consider them. And the smaller value that's sold, like let's say 110 million or 150 million, whatever, this will be the 55%. And the remainder is kind of the pool that we distribute to advisors or to the team or for our reserve. So it's very important that all people who are working with us, we will only get kind of the tokens by the success of the ICO, like of the token sale, right? So this is very important to mention.
Yeah, I think also important to that is that most of the team tokens, for example, or legal advisory tokens are locked up for a period of 6 months.
So they because obviously some people have their interests, and we don't have huge regulation yet. We know regulation in the capital markets. It's called market abuse regulation, obviously, so that's very regulated. And we said in this crypto space, we also have some rules where we can control, again, for the token economy, for our token holders, to have something that they are not exposed to the risk of somebody just saying, hey, I drop now 2 million tokens on the market or whatever, So this is something that should not happen.
There's another question on the debit card, the Planet NAGA debit card. Can you outline that a bit?
It's just when in the wallet, you can check the screenshots on nagasu.com in the wallet section. There, you will have a virtual wallet with your cryptos, right? And where you can also fund your fiat cash, like USD or Euro or whatever currencies will support. And then we generate your virtual credit card, which you can use online already, or you can just request, and then we will send you a plastic card. And you can fund it with whatever you want. And it will be accepted at most of the merchant stores. That's what we will be working on. And because we have a listed entity, I think also we will have a good volume, good community. So what we want to do is basically that you can fund with any cryptocurrency, use your credit card to check out. That's our plan. Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward. There are some other token sales that just had this card and raised a couple of money. I think Change Bank is a good example. They had also like 30 million or something just for the card. So this card is part of our plan.
Yeah, it shows us basically a prepaid debit card, right? With all the currencies involved.
Exactly.
Another question is what benefit the token will have for gamers, for example, for your entity Switex.
For Switex, is also the same as in Swipe Stocks. You can use the coin to purchase in-game items. So imagine Switex as a platform where lots of game publishers, so game makers, are being connected, like satellites around the platform. Then what they do is they offer that we can access as the platform the inventory of the items of the game. So you go to Switex, you link your game account. Let's say it's a soccer game. You link your soccer game account, okay? And then we pull all the items that you have bought from the soccer game, because let's say the soccer game has some things you have to buy or you can win, whatever, they have a specific value, right? And then you pull them on the market and you can sell and buy them on Switex. Like an exchange or like trading app instead of stocks or CFDs, you see a game item. And now you can use your NGC. So you go to your wallet, you fund whatever you want. Let's say you have Bitcoin and you want to buy a sword or a whole soccer profile, right? So you fund your Bitcoin, then it goes to the wallet. In the wallet, you have your balance. You transfer it to the Switex account. And with the Switex account, you can buy basically those items with the NGC. So that's the big difference to other wallets, because we have an integration into a gaming platform plus stock trading platform.
Yeah, and you will also receive a discounted fee when you're using NGC to pay.
Right.
So that's
right. Exactly. Yep. We have also for token holders and token users, there's like we call it cashback program, right? So for every transaction, you get something back.
Cool. Bruce Blackwell is asking, what sets you apart from other token sales? Interesting question.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest part which sets us apart is, like I previously said, NAGA itself. Now, if you compare us to other token sales, we are already up and running. We have a whole team of 120 people in different cities. And yeah, there's already, for example, Swipe Stocks, which we launched 2 years ago. This is already live and running. And yeah, we are basically generating millions of revenue and billions of trading volume every month. So there's a working concept behind all of this.
Yep, I agree. And I think lots of other token sales have no product at all. They have just plans, they have visions. They might be very smart, good teams, but there are lots of things that they have overcome, and we can tell. I mean, when we started Swipe Stocks, it was 2.5 or 3 years ago already, when I just made like one mock-up of this thing. As a startup, you don't see a lot of risks, and now after 3 years and being on the stock exchange, we know the journey. So it's a big advantage having a token sale on something that is already there. The speed is much higher of keeping your promises, because when we want to do something, we have a team. We don't have to hire them. We don't have to find them. I don't have to hire and fire, bad people, because we have our team which works. And so that's also a very big advantage. And it is by far what we know. It's the first and one and only token sale by a public listed company. So I think that stands for itself.
Yeah. Okay.
So people that were looking at the NAGA ecosystem, that's also in the white paper and on the website, why did NAGA decide to unite the financial, gaming, and crypto markets? And what do you think are the potentials of these markets?
Okay, I think trading games or stocks, what I said, is kind of the same. It's all virtual somehow. When you buy a stock, people say they own it, but come on, are you going to the board meetings of Apple? You don't, right? So you just look at value investing and to buy and sell. The same with goods, the same with CFDs or with forex or indices. And if we talk about the potential, I mean, forex, I don't know if you know, but 5.3 trillion, dollars are turned over every day on forex. It's crazy. It's the biggest market by far. And then what is the biggest market for in terms of users? Games, right? There are like 2 to 2.5 billion gamers. So obviously the market potential is huge. And both of the user groups have the same mindset. They know that they want to buy and sell something. On games, you can use it. On a stock, you just hold it, or on forex, you just speculate usually. But gaming as well. I mean, some people just don't know the game to play it, but some people also farm. So they buy a game, they play like crazy, and then they sell it. And so they're kind of entrepreneurs somehow in themselves in the game. And some people might laugh about it, but if you look, some people make a living from farming items, right? So we unite this kind of concept.
So Swipe Stocks is already fully operational. So Bruce is asking, how many users do you have already with Swipe Stocks?
On users, we don't disclose the exact number because of competition, obviously, but it's several hundred thousands. Plus, we have 8 digits millions in funds raised already from our customers. So that's all I can say. And what we disclosed was 4 billion trading volume a month. And the revenue base you could see in our reports has been 7 digits already. So in 6 months we made like a revenue of more than 4 million. So it's good after 1 year of being live.
Definitely.
Cool. So also in the Telegram channel and on social media, we receive a lot of questions that are asking about the faces behind the NAGA token sale. So people are really interested about the people behind it. So maybe you could outline a bit what inspires you, what's your biggest dream, why you especially, why you're going for cryptos.
That's a pretty interesting question. I think the team itself is full of visionaries. So all very into this kind of stuff like tech, crypto, finance, especially. And I think it's pretty working out good until yet. So.
So just like it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't sit here. That's the thing. Yeah, definitely.
I think from the people behind it, to mention that in the question is we have one of my co-founders is Sebastian Qureshi, who ran a bank himself. So he has a 25 years track record in the financial space. He founded his own bank and took it public. I mean, what can you do more in finance than doing something like this? And then we have Christoph, also in the management team, who has been a lawyer and is an M&A expert, so he knows exactly how to structure deals, and that's why we're also on the stock market now. And then we have, for example, also faces that you also see always on the websites is Vlad and Alex, for example, who are the managing directors of Swipe Stocks, who are managing the operations of this great app. We have Igor Kulatov, who's our CTO, Igor is in the blockchain space since 2011 or 2010, one of the first guys. He was developing lots of stuff, also exchanges. So he's a super geek when it comes to that. And he's also one of the main brains behind the NAGA wallet. Then we have Dennis Coliada. You also saw him in the videos. He's our database admin and also has been working on crypto exchanges. So he knows exactly how to handle all the load and the volume, and especially security. Yeah, security. If you have a bad setup, you have a problem in the space, because obviously lots of people who are in the space are techies, right? So they're technology-minded people and people who are absolutely brains in the space. So they know exactly how to get you, right? And they know exactly where you might have flaws, what frameworks you used, etc., etc. And this is basically covered by them, also by Faris and Rashad. Those guys are really great. They manage also the whole tech operations from us, which we have in Sarajevo in one of our offices. Yeah, then we have our whole supporting with Dario, with Svenja, who's doing the marketing and is asking the questions. We have Andreas, who is our CFO, who has been working at big tax advisory companies. So also from this side, we have Sandra as well, who's been working also at the bank and in investment banks. And so this kind of whole team and the story behind it, it's very nice. So we cover every aspect, and obviously we are a fintech company, so cryptocurrencies everywhere. We would be stupid, right, looking and watching with this potential and power that we have not to go into. So that's why we decided to go full steam now, fully crypto. People on the I'm sometimes reading forum messages about our stocks, and people bashing around that we are using crypto just to pump our stock price. No, guys, it's not so easy. Number one, and number two, we go fully crypto, and people will see it by next year, and then I think maybe they will delete the comments, or maybe they will become shareholders then. I don't know, but yeah, that's basically what's driving us.
Cool. I guess we've covered most questions for now. Everyone who didn't join this Q&A, there will definitely be another one. Yeah, stay tuned.
Thank you, guys.
Perfect. Thank you.
And don't forget, 2 days, right? 2 days and some hours left, and then join the pre-sale 30%.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.